Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. I wish I could be talking to you guys under better circumstances, but the market is in absolute panic currently. As you guys see, down 7% or about 1,800 points, and I don't think that's the bottom. And we're going to get into something that I've certainly never seen in my lifetime, and many of you have probably never seen in your lifetime. Very short video for you guys here today. But before we get into it, go ahead and smash that like button and hit subscribe as we ride out this wild wave of now the oil industry being shooting sharply down, and also the virus that's been going on recently. So let's get right into it. As you guys see, 1,800 points down in the Dow. That would be the biggest drop in Dow history by about 600 points, I believe, more or less. So absolutely insane, sparking a lot of fears of a recession potentially, sparking a lot of fears of just people using the word recession. I've tried my best to stay away from it. I don't fully know. I think a lot of the stuff is just so emotion fueled that that's really taking a big toll. People are being irrational in their emotions, but when you see numbers like this, it's hard to ignore it. So let's get into this article by, I believe, CNBC. So the market just triggered a circuit breaker that keeps stocks from falling through the floor. Here's what you need to know. So if you guys don't know, a circuit breaker is something that it's going to flip off so something doesn't go wrong, like in your house. You may blow a circuit or something like that, or blow a fuse or whatever that is. And then you just go back to the power panel and you turn it back on. So as you guys see in the Dow, it's not moving currently. There's no volatility. It's on that flat line, implying that the circuit breaker's still flipped. They're trying their best to hold it. Oh, okay, so now it's back open and it's down even more. So the volatility's gone back. So we just see that the market is officially back open. So we see here, with stocks looking set to open sharply, investors will be watching for market circuit breakers that halt trading. Future contracts hit limit down on Sunday evening after CME traded stock index futures contracts sank 5%, halting trading below that level and preventing futures from falling any further. So apparently that 5% threshold is what they look for before that circuit breaker goes into effect. And obviously that doesn't happen very many times. Obviously it's probably happened before, certainly not in my lifetime, maybe during the Great Recession. But other than that, I'm not 100% sure. So as you guys see, the S&P 500 fell more than 7%, triggering the circuit breakers that temporarily halted a future plunge. The index hit limit down shortly after opening, halting trading below that level for 15 minutes. The market resumed trading at 9:49 Eastern Time and continued to decline. That saw the Dow Jones Industrial Average briefly shed more than 2,000 points. The most S&P 500, the most encompassing large cap stock index, the Dow tumbled 7.3%, while the Nasdaq, which is concentrated in technology names, slid 6.9%. So just massive losses. Even after the circuit breaker was triggered, there wasn't anything they could do, obviously, because that's such a short period of time. So the market just continued to slide. So what is the limit down? Pardon my voice. I just got up. According to the New York Stock Exchange, a market trading halt may occur at 3 circuit breaker thresholds on the S&P 500 due to large declines in volatility. The exchange classifies this at 3 levels. So level 1 is the S&P 500 drops 7%. Trading will pause for 15 minutes. Level 2 is the S&P declines 13%. Trading will again pause for 15 minutes if the drop occurs on or before 3:25 p.m. There is no halt if the drop occurs after that. And if level 3, if the S&P 500 falls 20%, trading would halt for the remainder of the day. Absolutely crazy. And I think a lot of that is just the fact of the emotions fueling the market. That 15 minute, obviously it's not going to change that much. They're not going to put out a new policy on international trade or whatever it may be, but it could allow people to take a breather, take everything in. The market just opened. Let's all pause. Let's take a deep breath, and hopefully, it may not save the market. The market still may be down 5% for that day, but I do think it would be a good thing to hopefully rein in their emotions. Obviously, in this case, that didn't happen. And all of these are just kind of breathers, especially level 3. If it would halt for the remainder of the day, now that's a full-fledged, that's a number that you obviously don't want to see. 20%. That's absolutely insane. That's a recession. That's just a recession. 20% in one day. That doesn't usually happen. Okay, this is the biggest drop in the history of the Dow, and it's, I believe, what did it say, 7%? So obviously, that is something that doesn't happen very often or ever, 20%. But it's a good thing that it's in place, because that would be something that would need those drastic measures of shutting down the stock market. So let's read this last little bit in the article here. These circuit breakers have never been triggered in the current form during regular trading hours. As I said, the prior circuit breaker system was revamped after it failed to prevent the May 2010 flash crash. The current set of breakers were put into effect in February 2013. Okay, so I guess it has happened relatively recently in 2010 or a little bit before that. But I obviously wasn't involved in the stock market at that point. So just let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Just play it very carefully, guys. And this is the serious part of this video. Don't go put all your money. Let's get out of that ad. Don't put all your money in the stock market right now. I've put a lot of money in the stock market recently just because I didn't think it was going to be that bad. But I think my strategy at this point is going to be wait till some good news starts coming out and then maybe start putting in some money, so it's still close to the lows, but you have more optimism and you're not putting in your money at the height of this decline. So, like I said, just let me know what you guys are doing in this current market situation. Let's check the Dow one more time if we can. So 6.12%. It's actually going back up a little bit from when we started this video, but obviously still a massive drop. And we'll see where we finish the day. I may post another video later today to update you guys on that. So if you haven't already, go ahead and smash the like button and hit subscribe.